update on Kyle Wright and just how he's feeling as he gets back?
Yeah, he had a slight setback the other day, a mild right hamstring strain, so he's going to continue to be able to play catch, but it'll set him back a little bit as far as getting to face hitters.
How does that, I know there's still a long time until you have to make decisions, but does it change anything as you look towards the last few weeks of spring training?
Well, we'll have to see how this week goes. We'll reevaluate him early next week after he's had a few days to deal with it and see how he's bouncing back. I mean, we've seen in the past where sometimes hamstrings take a long time, sometimes their guys bounce back more quickly. So, there's no sense right now in putting a certain amount of setback time on it, but we'll just evaluate next week.
What has been your impressions of Ross Stripling in his MLB career to, bring him on to the squad in spring training?
Yeah, he's a proven major league pitcher. I mean, I've seen a lot of him over the years. He has unique pitch characteristics, a really high arm slot, good breaking balls, throws a ton of strikes, is able to compete to both righties and lefties really effectively. So he's another guy that we were interested in taking a look at. He's extremely professional, a great teammate, all the things we look for. So it's exciting to get somebody like that into camp.
Where does he have the most opportunity to carve out?
Yeah, we're going to just have to see how that evolves. There's no guarantees of anything for him by any means. But as a guy that has that track record, he's just an interesting guy to get to take a look at. And from his perspective, I'd imagine that it's good to be in camp and be able to get competitive innings and see what happens.
Anything in particular you want to see out of Lynch tonight?
Yeah, just to continue the same thing he ended the year with, being aggressive in the zone, using his pitches, basically that intent that we saw throughout September, and that's really a good starting point for him.
How much is a guy who can be as versatile as he can help you in terms of what you need from day to day?
Immensely. I mean, we say this all the time. You can never have enough good players playing well, and when we have to make tough decisions based on having guys that are healthy and performing and exceeding expectations, that's what we're looking for. So he's been in the bullpen, he's started, he can do both, and so he is somebody that can really help us.
It seems like there's a handful of guys that have that flexibility to be a starter or to pitch out of the bullpen. At what point during camp, you should have to make the decision, so to speak, to say, okay, they're going to get built up a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, usually around that 3-inning mark, and it can be once with 3 innings, it can be twice with 3 innings, something like that. But once they get built up to 3 comfortably, that's usually where we make a decision.
I apologize, you've probably gotten this question before, but the determination that Vinny had coming back from the injury for the postseason next year, what does that do for your entire clubhouse to see a guy want it that bad and make it happen and really work towards getting it?
I hope that's the actual expectation of every guy there. I think they would all try to do the same thing. Vinny's injury was an extreme injury, and to have that internal fight to come back was awesome. We saw that on a little lesser note with Lorenzen too, coming back for the playoffs with the hamstring. It was pretty serious. But I mean, that's what these guys have set the bar for themselves at that level. And why wouldn't you want to be out there in that scenario or any scenario? You get an opportunity to be on a big league field. So it's kind of the expectation, but it was a very inspiring moment.
As you get into just the first week of games, what do you hope to see from the guys who know they are competing for a spot on the big league roster, just in this first week? Because I know it's it's all about building up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should approach every day the same, that this is their opportunity to go out there and put their best foot forward. It's not going to be, we've stressed to everybody, the guys that make the team isn't going to be whoever has the highest batting average. It's however we feel that we can put the best 13 position players out there on the field or the best 13 pitchers on the staff to give us the best chance to win every night. So whether they have a tough day at the plate, what can they do on the bases? What can they do on defense? What can they do in the dugout as a teammate? Just put your best foot forward in all areas and let it go.